Hello everyone, Tony this side, and thanks for having me. Um, I do a lot of research on AI as well as automation front and a lot of all ends technology basically. Whatever is something new coming up or something which is very good, interesting, I'll uh, give some time to do that. Now, speaking about today's topic, um, over here I'm briefly touch basing upon the agentic AI, and in that the use case is automating web penetration testing with AI agents. So this is about me. I'm an AI researcher, I'm an author, automation expert, educator, mentor, adventurer. I will not forget that part. um, Coming to what exactly is happening today's world, right? We all know, like AI. I think prior to this, one session happened on AI slide. I remember. So everybody is drowning in the sea of AI, and over here, what it was started and how rather it was started was um, generative AI, right? And everybody started writing with AI somehow, and that felt so magical around that part. But all of a sudden, we humans are very greedy. We understood that some technology is changing our world, but we want more over there, and that's where we try to identify what are the shortcomings of generative AI. And that's where we felt that it cannot perform actions for us. And that's where you know um, we started researching as humans, right? And that's where we want AI to be agentic. So it should be goal into actionable plans, what we are trying to do. It iterates as needed, the way we do as humans, right? And then it completes task. Um, and you can see on the below slide, it says how AI agent and agentic AI are trending, and all of a sudden you might see it is falling as well at the end of somewhere like 2025 where we stand today, and the reason is MCP. Okay, not the topic for today, but just to let you know that MCP is something which came into the picture, and that's where the traction went over there from here, and that's where you see a drop over there. um, History of AI is, I won't go there a lot because we all know, even if we don't know, but then I'll leave it up to you to understand that portion. But over the period of time, we are inventing, trying to we want machine to do what we are doing today, right? And that's where um, the world is heading. And as we speak in 2025, people are talking about MCPs, people are talking about agents, AI agents particularly, and then agents ops, LLM ops, all those things, so that people can make it at enterprise level. Okay, solutions at enterprise level. We all know AI is still failing at enterprise level. It's still in very early stage, and it's a good time to dive in if you are new to that. From rule based, and we now touching to the agentic AI. How they stand basically at the so far I have already covered this, that we know, right, generative AI and it drawbacks. It generates content for us, but we are humans, we need more, we are greedy. So that's where we want something more from that portion, and that's where we are giving wings to the generative AI, which we call agents. And they the multiple agents form agentic AI, which are there to solve the complex problems. Now, this is taken from the paper, research paper. I'll share the link if you want. Um, how we are transitioning over the period of time, generative to agentic. Now, what basically agentic AI has four more important aspects: memory, tools, interaction. To basically plan, do, act, all those stuff, reasoning, right? We plan something, we reason that part, we memorize that. Without memory, it's none of our use. Then we have certain tools. If you want to fix your bike, you need to decide which tool to pick, right? And then interaction, and then where it is heading, it is going towards AGI. Bigger topic to talk, but not today. and there are certain methodologies and related work which will follow when we have AGI, maybe super AGI or singularity. I'll leave it as a speculation. And then we have core components of agentic AI. What basically agentic AI has is, there has to be an environment for interaction, right? And then we plan, then we act according to the plan. We reflect, we use tools. That is what the reflection is. We use memory, and then memory is basically to make sure that we are not repeating things, we are not doing something which is we have already done, or we need to make sure that what is not done we should be doing, right, to accomplish the goal. Maybe for example, if your chatbot says, hey, hi, Annie, how are you? And you will say okay, and again the next check is, hey Annie, how are you? Right? You will be frustrated, you will leave that part. So memory is very important aspect of agentic AI. And then collaboration, right? And that's how we human work as well. So agentic AI operates in an iterative loop of sensing, planning, acting, reflecting, and learning, enabling autonomous goal pursuit. Okay, so that is what the definition of agentic AI. And and over the period of time, I'm sure you guys have heard a lot of things around prompting this, killer prompts, prompting that. Okay, but what exactly is a prompting strategy or technique in agentic AI? They are still inventing, but as we stand, most of the prominent where we say our LLMs or AI models are reasoning as well, they call it as chain of thought, graph of thought, basically of thought. Okay, it can be tree of thought, program of thought, and you can put many thoughts over there, right? So so what does it mean that, they try to break the problem in multiple ways. Like chain of thought might be a linear chain, step by step thinking, right? I have 3 apples, my friend have 5 apples. How many apples are there, right? So 3 plus 5, I'm doing a chain of thought over there. Maybe a tree of thought, thought that, wherein we do something which is hierarchical order, graph, and then program of thoughts. Again, this is not something which I'm going to explain you a lot, but I just wanted to touch base that these are the prompting techniques the agentic AI uses. And this is something, this has been evaluated or evolved over the period of time rather. So input and then final output, then input and then some reasoning, then input, then some multiple systems are talking to each other and we get the final output. And then forest of thought, right? So basically if we have a very high level, high complex system which has a lot of trees, you can imagine like a lot of entities, let's say, or branches, they are talking to each other to give the final output, just like our brain does, right? It reasons via neural network, so multiple neurals are fired at any point of time. For complex problem human is solving, more neurons are fired. That makes it more complex. And then graph of thoughts. So basically what I'm trying to convey over here with this screen is what I just told you in the previous screen. Okay, just more, in more pictorial way, that how it looks like. um Now then, there is a question comes that, okay, we have something, agents or agentic, but we need some tools, right? Or frameworks or prototypes which we use to create them. Or is there something, if I have to start from the start, it is going to be very difficult for me, right? And that's where, again, humans are smart. They do certain things in a way to not to replicate things or not to redo a lot of stuff. And that's where people are creating frameworks, single agent framework, multi agent framework, planner and worker architecture, tool agentic framework, so on and so forth. Okay, and for that we have a lot of tools like crew AI, autogen, langgraph, langchain. You might have heard these names. In this section today, we are going to cover or talk about Crew AI, because what I'm going to showcase, I will not get time to execute, but I'll give you the pre-executed output. I'll show you. So we are going to use Crew AI. Crew AI, we will give a task for performing the security testing of these agents will perform certain tasks, and on top of it they will give us the final output. Okay, this is we are going to accomplish using Crew AI. You can use any tool you want. I'll leave it up to the expertise, but what I'm going to show you is Crew AI today. Now what we are going to do, or rather what I'm going to showcase or talk about, this is agentic AI in action security analysis demo. Okay, so user is going to enter the URL, and then Selenium agent is going to get the page source, and it is going to pass the data to the agents, right? Because we know Selenium has very good hold on the browser DOM, and then from that DOM there are a lot of stuff that can be decided or calculated or extracted. Then we have three agents over here. One is industry analyst agent, front end security agent, and then summary and briefing agent, which is a remote reporting agent kind of. Industry agent is going to use an EXA search tool, XR search tool, which is more or less not a keyword driven search, just like we do in Google. It's more of a vector based search for better um, retrieval of something which we are looking for, and then certain best practices it already performs, or internally it goes under the carpet, so we don't have to worry about that. um, Front-end security agent is going to analyze this CSP, JS, XSS risk, headers, etc. By the way, I'm not a security expert, so I may not be in a better position to tell exactly, those keywords or words the security has, but this is something I was experimenting upon, and whatever I could knew about security, I was trying to do over there. And then we have a network security agent which talks about HTTPS, cookies, SSL, so on and so forth. And then we see the report at the end of the day. Okay, so this is the demo time, and this is the picture generated by AI, by the way. So I trained one model for on my pictures, so I could generate my few pictures of mine. Anyways, by the way, what I'm speaking, I do write on Medium as well. There's a comprehensive um, 20-minute read is available on the Medium of exactly what the talk is. So you can go over there and read about it. I'll give the link in the chat. Now what I'll quickly go up. This is Google Colab, by the way. People who don't know, Google Colab is something, you can say a SAS tool, SAS tool, which you can directly use to run your Python code. It comes with pre-bundled libraries for machine learning and deep learning at times. So it makes very easy companion to go ahead, and you don't have to worry. It can be called as a replacement to the Jupyter notebooks, if you know. Uh, but I use it quite extensively. And so over here, I'm doing the install and setup. I'm installing LangChain and Grok. Okay, and then I'm installing Crew AI, DuckDuckGo search. Um, if I have to use that, or Exa is I'm using over here. Uh, Crew tools I'm installing to make sure that we have all the tools in the inventory. Um, Google Colab Selenium. Now, I cannot simply run Selenium on this machine because of the browser constraint. Uh, so somebody did a very good job there to have this Selenium for Colab. Mm, he did something to put it together, and I'm simply using it. And I'm using beautiful soup for the analysis of what UI on the UI the data is available, right? So this will take certain time to install because it is going to take some time, as these libraries may be bulkier. Some of them might be available, some of them not. So this takes time, and as a result, I'm not running it now. Um, and then I'm just making sure. that which Crew AI version is available, so that uh, I have to make sure that there is no issue with any dependency. So I did that, and I'm installing LangChain OpenAI as well, because in case if I want to use any other tool on available on Grok, I can use LangChain Grok, but I want to use OpenAI in this case, let's say. So I'm using this. Um, then I'm passing the setting up the environment in a way. So I'm passing the API keys. XI API key you will get on the website of it, and then Grok API key, again you have to go on the Grok website to get it. Open API key, I'm sure you might have heard of it so far. If not, please get out of your bed and start reading about what's happening around the world. And web page crawling and network logs, Selenium. So I told you, right, that I'm using this particular Selenium Colab, Google Colab Selenium library to do this. Over here, I'm passing the medium.com website to test it. You can pass whatever you want. I was writing on this, and that's where I just felt that let's utilize this as well. So this is simple Selenium code which executes, which is going to launch the browser. Obviously we cannot see that incognito, no, not incognito, but a ghost kind of driver or the web. It launches, and then I'm going to get the log performance from get log methods method, and then I'm going to create that in a list. I'm going to store the all the page source as well, so that's what I need for security. And as soon as I do that, um, this gets passed, and I get this kind of the output. Now I have the network logs with me, um, and yeah, I have the network logs with me, and I'm going to extract all the HTTP request resources, web view actions are which are available on the UI. Okay, and and then I'm going to extract all the meanings from this log. So in a way, just to summarize, what I'm doing is trying to create a dictionary wherein all the relevant pieces sit together. That's it. This is core, and all the data, by the way, in JSON form. So I'm trying to do that in JSON only, um, and so that I don't have to worry a lot about what the output comes into the picture. And over here, there are certain methods which are going to analyze all the requests, like HTTP request and all the resources we have on the web page, and it will go through all the messages which your DOM gives the network basically, and then you analyze all the network data. And I'm going to use the pattern matching regular expression to make sure that we have right domains over there, and it forms particular this architecture, sorry, this regular expression, so that all the URLs are correctly over there. So this particular thing will make sure, or rather store such kind of data. So far what we are doing is we are extracting all the data we got in the raw form in different dictionaries. These are the name of the dictionaries, um, and then we go on. When I print this extracted data, it is going to give me all the details, status code 200, header, body, and etc., which goes around with the website. And then what are all the resources. So basically one website is obviously not dependent on one thing, or one URL is not sufficient. We all know there's a lot of give and take data information um, that happens. We have like favicon.ico, this is the icon of Medium, right? And then so on and so forth. There are a lot of information that goes around. We simply avoid it when we use the web, but this is something which um, a person who is doing the security test will vouch for. Okay, and then we are going to analyze this logs. So I have created certain methods which will make sure that we have the data in the way we want it, although we got it in the dictionary. But this is like very simple code which is going through each and every method. It is making sure that we don't have any um, unsafe stuff which is going in, just to make sure that whatever we have so far is in correct format. Okay, so that we can use it for the for the purpose we need. Over here, I'm just going through, get all the links, input, form, script, everything using Beautiful Soap. And so far what I'm doing is, in a nutshell, I'm storing all the information in right form, so that we are not, bothered about, something which is right but in incorrect form, right, which may unknowingly cause problem to us in future. So that's what we have done so far. We might have found some flaws, that missing script, transport, security header, so on and so forth. And then extra tool search. So this is basically for the agent. If you read about it, extra search tool, you will get information what exactly it is. It is search tool, as I said. You will get the API of it on, uh, after login. And over here, I'm importing that. I'm trying to make tools. So at the rate tools will make sure that whatever search and content, so far what we have created, we will search through each and every aspect of it. um, the way we have formatted it, so that, again, s- this searching will help the agents to utilize this method to perform the actions. I may be going fast, but if you have any question, I'll try to answer that at the end. Over here, I'm going to set up my LLM. You can do on the open source as well. I tried, that works well. Maybe versioning could be the issue, but again, for this demo, GPT-4 mini was used. Now I'm creating my agents. Okay, so I'm going to create a class which have all the agents which I spoke about, industry analysis agent. And this is going to use the extra search tools, because we have created already there. I have already defined my LLM, and that's where it goes. Okay, and this is the prompt which goes with particular agent. An industry analyst, your analysis will be identify key trends, challenge facing industry, potential opportunities that could leverage during the meeting or strategic advantage. Okay, so you can change as per your need. And then um, I'm just repeating over here. I'm creating further agents, like say front end security agent, which is going to give me all the understanding around security breaches and all the stuff which goes on the website. So these are the four agents which we have created: network security, summary, briefing agent. Now the next step comes is giving the task to agent, right? We have to give a task to each and every agent. So over here, I'm just creating the method name as a task that would be corresponding to the appropriate agent in convention, which naming convention which we have given so far. So research task will do research task, and then front end analysis will do front end analysis task. What we need to make sure is the context we are giving over here, right? In generative AI or AI, context becomes very important. So over here, I'm giving all the information about what exactly I'm looking for. And robots.txt file, security.txt, these are must have for any website, right? For to be in a good shape. So we are going to extract or go through all the information. And then we have network analysis task. And this, the prompt which we are giving is what exactly we need from it, this task has to do. And then summary and briefing, and this will give us a proper documentation that how many vulnerabilities found and the potential suggestions to solve the problems. And now I'm going to assemble all the agents which we have created. For that, I'm using Creo AI, as I said. So I'm defining all the task, all the agents. Okay, and over here, I'm just assembling them and initializing them. So all the methods which I previously showed you are created, and then all the tasks are created over here, and all the agents are created over here. I'm just passing those to the crew, and and giving the task. Now we all need to do is crew dot kickoff. That's it, and it will start doing the um, thing for us. And you can see it is going to go through all the information which is available. It's very big. It took a lot of time to run for a website. And let me show you the outcome. Yeah, so you can see this is,
A
yeah,
couple of
sorry.
minutes left. That's all.
Okay, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, big topic. But anyways, so at the end of the day, you got the report. And this is the report we got for Medium. Maybe someday I'll talk to them if I get time or if they are interested. And then steps to resolve. So basically, I'll just read out one. This vulnerability allows the potential exploitation through improper input validation, which could lead to the unauthorized access or data. So this is by definition called as CV21. I don't know that. Um, yeah, so this is about it.